Hello, YouTubers. Hello, subscribers. Kisses to all of you. Thank you so much for the happy birthday wishes for my daughter. I am so grateful for each and every one of you for thinking of us. I know I posted some pictures and I hope you guys enjoyed them. I tried to give a few pictures of the house. I know some of you wanted to see it. What else is going on? I know I did a short video earlier, a little bit was up, so I really didn't get out what I really wanted to say, so hopefully it comes out in this video. Mwah. Thank you to my new subscribers. I see you. Thank you for letting me know that you're new. I definitely love to know that you're new, because I'm going to give you a kiss and a heart and a big thank you for joining my channel. So here's what I have. This is what I'm seeing. This is what's on my mind, is that people want to know what happened, in a sense. They know, but everybody has their own conclusions on what they think happened to this couple, Meghan and Harry. Because even though she's out and about at the market walking the dog like everything is okay, it's not. She can pretend that everything is going great, but the headlines say something different. It's showing us that Meghan is not doing well. That both of them are struggling. And why wouldn't you be? Every time you turn your head, there's a negative press or negative article or someone saying something negative about you. And so what happened? What went wrong? What failed? What ended the Meghan and Harry, power couple? Because wasn't they supposed to be a power couple? Isn't Catherine and William considered a power couple? I think without each other, they wouldn't be. I think William needed Catherine to be the man that he is, in a sense, becoming into his role as a king. He needs a strong individual person, glamorous, wonderful, has a great personality, always thinking of others. He chose well and wise. He chose a wife that would help him through the years to support his people. Because Great Britain is his people. And Harry, it was his people too. He was the prince. That wasn't a frowned upon status. But since Meghan came along and wanted to remind him he was a spare, I did. And there's headlines saying that the headlines are out there. What went wrong? Harry's calling William. Meghan's saying this and that happened. And now there's a strike in Hollywood. The excuses can go on forever or we can think and try to come up with a solution as to what happened to their brand. But I'm reading the fine print. And it all goes back to the Oprah show, the trashing, the spare book, and so on. And so what I'm also reading is that Meghan is disappointed and upset and wish she was more involved in the writing of Spare. That's her trying to say she had nothing to do with it. The headline is Meghan wished she was a little bit more a part of it so it wouldn't have been such a failure. You're the failure, though. Meghan's the failure. And it's I don't know, maybe I need to go over there to Tutor and find out why she shuts down that part of her brain that thinks she didn't have anything to do with it. Like when she did that curtsy, everybody's bringing that up. They're trying to figure out what happened. What went wrong? I was listening to another station, And they also, and I think I did a deep dive on it the other day, they were also talking about how how the docu-series, and when she disrespected the queen with the curtsy when she was about to meet her. I did a video on that. And the video was just about how she didn't know. She tells us that she didn't know that she was going to meet the queen. And Harry told her moments before she arrived that she was going to meet the queen. And then moments after that, she realized that she was going to have to curtsy. And she was caught off guard, like she didn't know she was going to meet the queen. That's why I don't trust her. That's why I believe she lies a lot, because she makes up stuff. You knew when you got up that morning and got dressed that you were going to meet the queen, because Harry told you that you were going to meet the queen. So the lie that she has, that moments before she realized she met the queen, she was going to have to curtsy. So she was like, we were in the car driving, and then Harry tells me that we're going to meet the queen. Like moments before we arrive, I'm going to meet the queen. I'm like, oh, like she was shocked. No, you wasn't. You knew you were going to meet the queen. Guess who told us? California, the California person, the company or whatever, the etiquette school that she went to train herself before she got ready to meet the queen. How to drink tea, or how to hold a cup, or how to be etiquette. How to curtsy. The gentleman that taught her said he was disappointed in her, the way she acted on the docuseries and how she disrespected the queen, because he taught her better than that. But what gets me about that whole story is how she pretends that she didn't even know she was going to meet the queen. Oh, okay. I don't know I'm going to the grocery store, but I got my purse and my keys and my money in my pocket. Maghen wants us to skip over things like that. She just wants us to believe her sobby story about what happened to her so we can leave that life alone and move on to her brand life. Yeah, I don't know why I brought that up. I forgot my thought, but moving on. No, this title is going to be Maghen, this is why it failed for you. This is why you and Harry are having a difficult time. This is why everything is falling apart quickly, fast, and and how she will never recover from this. I've been waiting. We all have. We've been waiting on WME to come out with the TIG or a new something. Some brand she's gonna, this is stupid. Listen to this. Maghen's team, someone over there throws out that she's going to be representing Dior. Let's go back there. Dior comes out and says, no, we're not. But here's the kicker. Dior should be chasing Maghen. All these brands should be chasing Maghen. Maghen shouldn't be chasing a brand. Royalty is a brand. One of my subscribers wrote a wonderful breakdown about what I said about how she went from being a royal to an A-lister, and you can't even put them on the same playing fields because you can't compare it. One, you're working and working hard and trying to make people notice you. Number two, the other one, you're just noticed and it doesn't matter because you are royalty. So for some odd reason, Maghen thought in her brain that, okay, I know I'll get the status with Harry, But it wasn't enough. It wasn't good enough. She didn't want to be a royal. She wanted to be an A-lister. And she still does. She wants to be respected like them. She wants to be on the platform. She wants to be invited to places that they're not inviting her to. She wants that whole lifestyle. Because if you didn't want the lifestyle, why are you working so hard to get it? Why is it do or die if I don't build my brand? That's all she talks about. That's all she's about. She's separating herself from Harry so she can build her own name. I'm all over the place. You separating yourself from the thing that made you famous and the thing that made us want to watch you. Now you're trying to detach yourself from it. And then what are we going to look at now? You on the TIG? You showing us a dress you want to put on? You reading a book? You acting in a movie? When I used to say little things to her when she was the Duchess of Sussex, the real Duchess of Sussex, when she was over there and when Megxit was coming, this is the stuff that I said. I said, where are you going? Why are you coming here? There's nothing here. You are already up here. You're going to bring yourself down. Don't do that. You are royalty. Everyone's looking at you and looking towards you and want to see what you're going to do. You are on center stage. Everybody is looking at you, even though you don't see that. When Harry walked in the room with you, we saw you first. But it wasn't good enough. You kept pushing him back to the back, trying to let us know that you were Queen Bee. But now that you done pushed him back and put yourself up front, you haven't shown us anything other than the ugly side of Maghen. How you manipulated your way up to the top. She married Trevor. Wasn't he a producer or a manager? But he couldn't give her what she wanted. Maybe he helped her out with her other career stuff. She'll never admit that anyone helped her other than herself. But why would you marry someone in the industry if you wasn't trying to get to the top? But she saw that he wasn't strong enough or powerful enough or didn't have a name for himself to get her noticed. She married a prince to do the things that she's doing, but she should have just waited and married a billionaire or someone over here that could catapult her into that arena that she wanted to be in, instead of going after something that was out of her league. What bothers me about her is her arrogance that she thinks she's better than the royals. But that's her thinking that. And it's stupid for her to think that, but that's what makes her. And William and Catherine allowed her to be on an even playing field. That was Maghen that was trying to be at the top and was accusing them of pushing her down. No. If they didn't want to share the stage with you, Maghen, then why were you on the stage with all four of them? She was talking about herself then. And Catherine was talking about it was this one show I watched. Catherine was talking about how they all were there together as a team, as a group, to work with mental health. Maghen was not about team building and working together with Catherine. Maghen couldn't wait to get over here to the United States, but she didn't see this coming. She did not see her popularity plummeting. And I think the dust is settling, that she understands that without it, you have nothing. If we don't like you, we won't watch you. If we don't like you, we won't buy you. The fascination is that the manipulation of it all. She marries Trevor. Trevor couldn't do it. So she manipulates Harry. And let me tell you something. What a gullible man. Harry, you just let her walk in and play you like a total fool. Like you had no balls, no scruples, nothing. Nothing to give to the relationship other than whatever Maghen wants, Maghen gets. I'm going to play Angela Levin in a minute because I believe it's true. I believe he's scared of Maghen. I do believe Harry is afraid of her. She is dominant over him and she treats him like a child and talks to him as such. You can see it on the docuseries, how everything has to go through her. Here's the text that my brother sent. And can I call it avocado? Like he has to get permission every time he opens his mouth. Go back and watch a series on how she leads the conversation, how she leads everything, how she's in control all the time. He does nothing but does exactly what she says. I believe his brother was trying to save him from that, but he was too far gone, and then he allowed her to separate him from his support system. And now Harry's talking about he wants to go home. He wants to call a truce. She ain't going nowhere. I ain't gonna start repeating that. Harry's missing, I put on here. Harry's ready to go. Harry's divorce rumors. Harry's calling William. He's to me, for him to call his brother and say, listen, help. He's really trying to figure out what he needs to do because he's living with someone that ain't. She's got a one-track mind, and her mind is on Maghen. Maghen wasn't thinking about the queen when she decided to marry Harry and trick him. And yes, she did it all, like one of my subscribers said, she did it all around Elizabeth's last days. Her husband was dying. She was in her last moments, and Maghen and Harry just let off a time bomb. And everybody wants to know what happened. Everybody's going back to the beginning. What happened? What happened to Maghen and Harry? Because that's what's going to start going down. What happened to those two? Especially over here, because people they're not interesting. I can't turn it on a show here that they're talking about Maghen and Harry. One of you said that you don't know because you're not over here. I'm going to give, listen, I got two different earrings on. A little bit likes to take them out. What was I saying? You got, forget that. Let's move on. Hopefully you caught it. I want to say, but no, the headlines over, we're not, Do you know how you can go on YouTube and GMC, Sky News, and all of them are talking about Maghen? I have to get my news from YouTube. I can't turn on my TV, regular TV, and be like, let's search for Harry and Maghen. What's the latest news? You know what's going to come out? They're going to Spotify. It's going to be all negative, number one. And it's just going to talk about, it's all negative, the car chase and all of that. But they're not talking about them, about the 4th of July, about her pap walk. Sorry. There's other, Lindsay Lohan just had a little boy. Congratulations. She looks so beautiful, Lindsay. What else is going on? There's too many stars over here. Jamie Foxx had a party. He had a party, a back kind of healthy party or something like that. People are Maghen is not in the pool. Now, that was that she wasn't going to be nominated or wasn't nominated for the Emmy, but that's gone and dead and gone. You know why? Because it's not news, because it would have shocked us to know that she would have got an Emmy. Now, they're on strike. You know that. The producers and the writers over here. And Lindsay Schofield said that they can halfway contribute to, wait a minute, you're going to give Harry and Meghan millions of dollars for doing what? There's a lot of upset people over here that are disappointed in Netflix and Spotify for even pushing at that type of money. Like, for real? To a bunch of grifters. But that's Netflix and Spotify's fault. And one of you said something about Netflix, that about the Invictus games. Okay. TMZ and Page 6 and all of them are not talking about Invictus. Samantha. I was watching this segment with Samantha, P. Dinah, and also a couple of other people, Paula M., and this one gentleman. And let me just take it off. And if you listen to Samantha, Samantha is almost trying to defend Maghen. She'll say something and then she'll defend her. And I'm like, no, like Paula M. said, it's your sister is the reason why Harry came over here to the United States. It is your sister why Harry is doing most of this stuff. And Samantha was trying to say, no, he's a grown man. Yeah, he is. But the buck stops with Maghen. It does. Everybody's trying to figure out what went wrong. The headlines are saying that Harry changed after he married Maghen. He's a different person. People don't even recognize him anymore. He conformed over to what she wanted, her needs, and he got on it. And he also thought that if he just made her happy here, she would be okay. No. If I just get her to the United States and she can be free and that's where she really wants to be, that's where I'm going to make her happy. That didn't do it. He even went on the Oprah show and called his family racist, walked it back on another show. If I watched his interviews, and Harry looks duress. He doesn't look happy. He looks like he's not ready for the interview, and he's bracing himself for the question. And whatever they say about Maghen, he's going to defend her because that's what she told him to do. He's taking the blame. He's always been taking the blame because Meghan's pushing the blame on him. It's Harry's fault that Spirit came about because she wasn't a part of it. You were a part of it. You wrote the book. Now you don't want to have claims over it. Now she wants to pretend that she didn't have anything to do with Spirit and half the book was about you. In this memoir that she may get some hundreds. I don't see it happening in the millions. I don't. Because no one's going to be running out reading some fictitious lie-a-thon about something that really didn't happen to Maghen. And then she's going to sit in there and blame. Oh my God. It's always someone else's fault. She even blamed No Deal or Deal that they were making her feel like they were advertising her body. Nobody told you to take the job. Like, nobody told you to marry Harry and move into the kingdom. No. She's a blamer. And when things go wrong, she blames. No, Samantha, your sister is evil. There is something seriously wrong with Maghen. She married Trevor for his clout. He wasn't good enough. She left him. And then she went to Corey. I don't know what he was about. But each man that she married, she wanted something from them. And then when she got through with them, she spit them out. And now Harry is not useful to her because she doesn't want to be connected to the royal family. Why should she? They don't want nothing to do with her. That connection is broken off. There is no longer a relationship over there. So what's the interest? Catherine and William are shining through. I'm learning so much more about them. The kids went to Wimbledon. Charlotte looks beautiful. She looks like she's going to be a boss. And George, he's just so adorable. And Louis my favorite. He's my favorite because I like he's just do what he wants to do. That's what Kara does. Just do it. But there's discipline. But all that, oh, he's this and he's that. Leave Louis alone. No, Samantha. There's something wrong with your sister. That's why you have a defamation against her. And so when Paula M. reminded you that your sister is to blame, I agree. Harry's the traitor. She's the tramp. It is what it is. This was Maghen's plan. This was her vision board. This is her idea. Look at it. It hasn't ended. No one calling it truce, saying, you know what, Harry, we tried this. You know, we gave it 5 years and it's not working. Hollywood doesn't like me. A-listers don't like me. I don't have any popularity. It's shot to crapola. Maghen, it's done. We did this. Let's go back home. We tried it. I want to take I'm sure Harry is ready to go home with his kids and do what he said he was going to do. Live a quiet, peaceful life. Oh no, not with this woman. And she's not letting you take Lilibet and Archie even on a trip. You never see Harry with the kids by himself. It is orchestrated and structured. Let me keep moving. I'll never forget, she blamed COVID, Philip, the Queen. She blamed everything for her brand falling. No, what happened is that, again, you went on the Oprah show and decided to trash the very thing that made you who you were. And now you want to blame Harry, that it's all his fault for coming over here, writing Spare and getting on the Oprah show. And that, excuse me, my nose is itching. Blaming Spare on him and saying that ruined you. No, you ruined yourself. You ended your brand was royal. Wasn't it? There's something better than royal. There's something else after that. What, president? A-lister? She did this. And that's all she's been doing since she walked down the aisle with Harry. They've been doing this. And now they're down there. It's down. It's down. It is down. There's no brand. There's no money coming in. Harry doesn't have a family. She doesn't have a family. People don't like him. So on and so on. And it's her fault. And I know you guys know. And the traitor Harry, he did it. He allowed her to convince him that his family was racist. It was unbelievable to sit there. This is my husband's shirt. Bought him some new shirts. Anyway. What went wrong? What went wrong was she never was down with the plan. She was over there being trickery and what we said all along, Oprah, trickery to come over here and start her brand. I bet you Oprah know now. I bet Oprah is like, yep, that's what she always wanted. Look how hard she's trying to get it. She ain't saying she packing up and leaving. She's not saying, well, that didn't work out, let's move on. She got a whole WME busting out talking about this is the biggest. WME is supposed to be the it people to get you where you need to be. So me and my husband was having a talk about how she married the wrong man, Harry. If you wanted to be in Hollywood, if you wanted all of this, then why Harry? Why Harry? Because as soon as you married him, you hit the road. So that was a lie. You never was going to stay over there in the UK. You set the tone with the celebrities being invited. She was never going to do that. So why marry a man that you know that is born into a family business, a family institution, a family that stays together? Huh? No, she went in there and broke that up. Broke it. She broke them relationships. She tore them apart. She told Harry that his brother hated her and that his wife couldn't stand her. And she, Catherine is getting all, Meghan's getting all the attention. She tells Harry that they didn't really take to Meghan that good because they thought she was an actress and from America. That's not true. We saw your family embrace her. Like I was telling my husband, I said, honey, didn't you see the same thing I saw? Didn't you see the Queen embrace Meghan, bring her in, invited the culture, whatever that was she was bringing over there? No, they opened the door. They opened the kingdom. We saw it, Oprah. We saw it. And I was thinking, I said, whoa, look at the Queen. Because I would have said, no, we need to vet her. We need to vet her. I don't care what nobody thinks. Harry, who is this woman? And for him to get in spare and start talking about how he's always been the spare and everybody's never paid, I'm ad-libbing, paying attention to him, and William was going to have all the things and then I was just going to be standing next to him. Who told you that? Like Angela Levin said, you pledged your allegiance to your brother a long time ago that you would support him and stand by him. And what did he do on your wedding day, Harry? He stood by you. He stood right beside you when that trickery Tramp walked down the aisle manipulating you. The Queen sat there. Everybody was there supporting you. If they wasn't supporting you, Harry, then why was they at the wedding? No, Meghan wants us to believe that it was a spectacle for everybody else. No, you're the spectacle. You're the spectacle because you wanted it. Something's going on with her brain where it's fried to me. Because how do you not see that when you married him, that you surpassed the A-listers in a sense? Because here's why. The UK talks about you. Not in a good way. And the UK but the United States is not talking about you. And the very thing that you need us to do in the United States is to create something with you. But the Oprah show happened. Going back to the beginning. People want to know what went wrong. No one is loving on someone that gets on TV and go. First of all, she wasn't even over there long enough to even have a relationship with them. No, she married the wrong man. She should have picked one that was closer to her field, closer to what she was reaching for. Was just Jeff Bezos married? Why didn't she trick him? That would have been a perfect match. He didn't met someone else. We would have found out who she was. She could have did her brand. She could have did whatever she wanted to do. But no, she can't do it on this level anymore. She had the opportunity. She was doing really good, just mexing in it. But when she went on each and every one of those outlets, and then now blaming Harry, because that was your Netflix idea, because you told Harry that you needed money to stay in Montecito, because that's what Harry told us. So you guys had to trash the family for Maghen to be able to stay in Montecito. And now that she's in Montecito, oh, what's next? You're there. I bet you she turned down things that were lucrative, but it wasn't 20 million and 10 million, and she turned them down. And guess what? They ain't knocking on her door no more. That's going to come out too. But here's the kicker. And I'm everywhere. Brands want you to wear their stuff. Dior, for them to come out and say, heck no, was a straight up diss. In other words, I don't even want, they said that they were encouraging them not to wear their stuff. That's how bad it is. You don't chase the brand chased you. Usually they give you the clothes and say, here, wear it. Represent us. No. Not no big time brand. She might get a small one or someone that's coming out. I saw on some channel, some station, where they were merchandising her clothes that she had on at the market. I'm like, first of all, I wouldn't wear any of that stuff, and I don't care. I don't want to look like her. I don't want to dress like her. I don't want them shorts. I don't want that bag. I don't want that. Because I don't want nobody saying, oh, I saw Maghen with that or something stupid like that. No, you didn't. I don't know who you're talking about. Her reputation is over. Popularity is the same thing. Her career is over. Everything that she was working hard towards is done. I know I say it a lot, but I'm just going to continue to remind those that is waiting and thinking that she has any power. She will not be able to say or do anything to diminish anything over there in the UK. The damage has been done by Maghen, and there's nothing else that she can do other than sit back and listen to the criticisms. Because your brand didn't get off the ground because you went after the very people that made you the person that you have become today. It's just stupid. I married my husband. He's rich. Then I get on the Oprah show and talk about the entire family, how horrible they are. Then I turn around and want to start building myself off of the richness of them. The Smiths. Just pretend the Smiths are really, really rich. And I married into the Smith family. And a year later, I get on the Oprah show and say, the Smith family treated me like crap. They did this to me, they did that to me, but I want to come out but now my last name is Smith. And now wherever I go, people are announcing me, Mrs. Smith. You better go back to your old name, because didn't you just go on the Oprah show and trash the name that we gave you? Why would you even want to be associated with that? Duchess of Sussex. I know I went back there. The headlines are, after their deal with Spotify ends, expert says Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's empire is beginning to crumble. Beginning is an understatement. It has crumbled. Flop. Grifters. The Journal called them a flop, and they have no one else to blame for themselves. And if you keep reading this article, it talks about how it ended. If they hadn't have trashed the royal family or talked about their family, maybe her brand would have made it. Oh yeah, you think? I would respect her more. I would be like, oh, well, this is what I was waiting on, because I was through when she did Mexit. So I had got out. I said, I'm done with her. And then I said, and I was upset. I was just like, this is such idiotic stuff. I said, this don't even make sense. Who gives up their princessness? I said, that don't even make sense. I said, I was shocked to know that someone would become a princess and then give it back. But she hasn't given back anything, because she walking around in the market, the Duchess of Sussex, looking like an idiot. She looks desperate. She wants to be relevant. I know WME is telling her, listen, you better get out there and show your face, because people need to see you. Because if they don't see you, then you're gonna disappear. Well, we see you and you're still disappearing. Sorry. Let me get to Angela.
Very, very odd, because there's such a mess going on around.
Mess. It's a mess over there.
Do things separately. The next minute, it's Meghan has never ever needed him more than she needs him now. Then she looked at his book, The Spare, and thought it was okay, and now she regrets that she didn't look at it properly. It's just really extraordinary, and what they each want to...
She's upset because she didn't look at it thoroughly, the book. That's BS. That's her trying to make excuses. It's excuses. Number one, you had full access to that book. You read it over and over and over again before they published it. You had full control. And now you want to lie to us and pretend like you didn't have anything to do with it. That's her trying to throw her husband under the bus. You going to throw him under the bus after he wrote it on your behalf? He should have dedicated it to you. It's when she's in court, everything that comes out of his mouth, he says he's doing it for Meghan. The reason why he was in court and doing all that and talking about Chelsea and all of that, he said, is because he's doing it for Meghan. He says, I don't want anyone attacking my wife. Why? Because she's up at night crying and blaming him. These lawsuits are under her stuff. Everything is done under her. He did all of this for her. He thought he was coming to the United States. He thought that it was going to be better because she gave him that picture. But it hasn't been. And now that it hasn't been, he's ready to shut shop down and move over there. Let's go back to Spare, because I did a whole thing on Spare on she is responsible for it. Was Harry writing a book before her? Did he need to? Was he needing money? Was he wanting to trash Catherine and William in a book? Meghan told him to put that crap in there. You put it in there, Harry. And he did. And now she's walking it out. If that ain't a reason Harry should walk out, then that should be it. Harry's probably looking at her like, I cannot believe that I have put myself into this situation. Because here's the deal. He's probably looking at her like, wow, this is Jekyll and Hyde. Like, this is some crazy stuff. You are the one that hooked me up with the book publisher and told me to get everything together so we can get this started, so we can make some money. And you also said after we get through trashing my family, we were going to reconcile with them. Only if they are willing. If they don't apologize, I'm not. You need to apologize to them because you put out some crap before the Queen died in her last hours. You lied on the family and called them racist. I mean, you know the story. Let's continue.
Seems to change every day. And I think this is typical of people who are much too much in a hurry without thinking things through. And that's made their lives, such a mess. I think they're really worried. I think not getting on the Emmys list has really made them feel very unstable. I mean, they've had a long list of things that have gone very wrong, and Spotify.
All of it. Every day there's bad news. There's bad news coming over from Montecito. It really is. They were moving too fast. Maghen had to hurry up. She wasn't in the royal family for 15 minutes when she started her trickery. Because it was eating up. It was just like, I gotta get over there fast and quick. Them A-listers that she invited to her wedding, them A-listers that she had on her Tyler Perry and them, they're not chit-chatting with her no more. I remember in the beginning, we would talk about, Tyler Perry, and not talk about him, but just say, how he was supporting her. And you could hear it. When he gave her the house, the jet anytime she wanted it, she felt like she could get anything from these people, especially those that she invited to the wedding, because she felt like they owed her something because she let them into the castle. Okay.
All these things, but this Emmy, which Maghen actually asked if she could be on the panel to decide what goes in.
She wanted to be a lawyer. I mean, a
start saying, "Well,
judge."
Do you? And I think it's just an extraordinary way of actually not coping. And some people are saying to me, "Oh, Harry's been sent out. You sent him away. He's not there." And some say he's living in his hotel. Others say he's not. But the interesting thing is, Harry said he'd like to go to Africa. He said that to me when I was writing his biography, that what he'd really like to do is to go to Africa and actually try and stop some of the animals there becoming extinct. Perfectly sound.
I think Harry wants to go over there and live too, or do something quieter, or, he wants to go back to ruralness. There's nothing wrong with that. He said he ain't cutting it with this A-lister stuff. He never needed to be an A-lister, Harry. You were already royalty. Why would you step down? You were born into something that I can't even comprehend. And you let this woman come and snatch it from you. She took your princeness. For what? For her personal. Now it has ended. And instead of packing up and saying, we tried it, she is going full. I know I keep saying this, but this is shocking. Full speed ahead. We are continuing with this, and I'm going without you. The fascination, idiot, is that you two are together. Seeing you together. When he was at the coronation by himself, it was like, there she go, leaving him. Has she supported him in anything? Why isn't she not going to Africa? Why didn't she go to the coronation and support her husband? Okay, I'll give her this. She did go to the Jubilee, and the only reason why she went to the funeral is because she was over there during the time, Queen Elizabeth. You can tell the relationship is so fractured. When you see them out together, there's no love. There's no connection. There's no, come here, baby. Let's continue.
It's not actually Meghan's territory, but then it's said that she wants to go to America with him. She wants to help people build homes.
Oh, Africa.
the natives there.
No, she
and
don't.
You think, hello, that's exactly what Prince William's doing. This is another one of these things that if he does this, I'm going to do better. And the other one, she says that she wants to help women giving birth.
All that is stupid. Because Maghen is about herself. And so if that gets off the ground, okay, we'll chit chat about it. But Maghen is not about helping people. Helping people starts at the front door. It starts at home. I wouldn't want her help. You know what? Look what happens. When she walks in the front door, everything just goes, oof. There's just going to be drama. Look at me. I'm here. I'm the star. But not just the star. She sucks the air. I'm sure she sucks the air out of the room when she walks in the door because it's all about her. She is not about helping anyone and being there for people because you have to start at home. It shows, your action shows at home. No. She doesn't want anything to do with Harry because she thinks the book destroyed her brand. It's Harry's fault that she can't get her brand off the ground. No, like one of my subscribers said, someone didn't tell you. Oprah didn't say anything to you. No one in your camp said, listen, Maghen, because this is what I would have said. I don't think that's a good idea that you start talking about the royal family after they did all that for you. And then not only that, you're going to want to use that name, the Duchess of Sussex. So do you think that you need to be talking nasty about the people that gave it to you? Oh, okay. I'm finishing up. Let's see what she's finishing.
Oh, my goodness me. I was shocked horror about that because, any mother who's gone through the birth would know that 2 births don't make you an expert by any means whatsoever. And she should keep well away. That is not her role.
I wouldn't listen to her anyway.
Nice, but don't stop.
What is you going to tell me? Them kids ain't even met their grandparents. And now you're going to try to tell me how to give birth and what to do about birthing? No, she just wants to follow in Catherine's footsteps because Catherine is all about mental health and the kids' early childhood development. Now Maghen's trying to add to her stuff. No, you can't do that because no one believes that you're this humanitarian and influencer. And if you were going to be all of that, then you would have kept yourself over there in the UK and would have been supporting Harry's family business. No, instead, you got selfish and wanted to support your own personal business. And I remember family members telling me, she has a right to be over here. She doesn't want to be stuck in a castle, and she doesn't want to do that. She wants to be her own person. Well, she should have thought about that before she married the prince, because that's not the lifestyle that he has for him. He told her in the beginning, everybody doesn't like this life. And so, listen, if you can't handle it, speak now, forever hold your peace. No. Because she was never going to she was never going to go along with it. I just wonder, I don't believe Harry was in on this stupidity from the beginning. I do believe that she tricked him. And I believe that he's thinking now, I done made a lot of mistakes. A lot. And look what's happening to me. I don't think that Harry is caring about them $2 that Maghen is trying to make. Harry already has the money. He's never had to work. Now all of a sudden he's got to do podcasts and go to Africa for Netflix and all this stuff. No, he's doing it for her. But she move away from me, Harry, because of your book. She thinks that since everybody is coming down hard on Harry, saying he's aloof, he's this and he's that. No, the reason why he's that is because he's with you. He's those things because he married you. He's those things because you tricked him into being a traitor.
Telling people how to do things. This is the thing, they've got to tell us all how to do it. Don't take planes being passionate, none of the things that they are. It's a sort of strange thing that they were.
It's very strange.
Globally, not just in the UK. The UK is too small, not interested. It's just baffling.
That's it. I'm out, guys. Let me know what you think about all of this. I know I say a lot. This is an hour. Might not do one tomorrow. So I hope you enjoyed this one. This one was me trying to... This is a whole bunch of stuff. But number one, it's a breakdown a little bit. And my videos from earlier and on is a breakdown on why Maghen's brand won't get off the ground. And how she is a straight up manipulator. And how Harry has gotten the worst. He is living through hell with this woman. Hell. He is not happy. And this is his fault. And I believe he is trying to figure out how to get out of this. I would. But the one thing that he can't do is leave his kids. So Harry is not going anywhere, and neither is Maghen. So his brother is probably going to give him some advice and say, listen, Harry, get you a little bungalow over there. Leave her, okay? They're in the same house and can't even be in the same room with each other. I know it. Her popularity is so jacked and someone's not being blamed for it. That doesn't make sense. That's not even who she is. No, he's being blamed. And so this is me speculating that I believe when he did call his brother, he said, I don't know what to do. I'm at a crossroads. He's got her brainwashing him and Doria and all the rest of them people that are surrounding them, telling them, yes, 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 Harry, you need to do what she says. And I believe he's scared of her. I do. I believe Harry is a little like, whoa, what? If he wasn't, then why doesn't he take control over his life? He hasn't. He's been doing everything this Tramp has told him to do. The Traitor has been doing everything that the Tramp has told him to do. And he continues to do it. And I believe he's in this state of frame of mind that, if he doesn't do it, then the consequences are what? Listen, get ready. Because when the separation and when all that happens, she's coming. She's going to blame Spare. Look, you already hear it. She's already blaming Spare for her brand. She's already blaming Harry for her stuff. She wished she had been more into it. What do you got to do with that? What does that got to do with anything? Nothing. You are the gruesome twosome. You are called the gruesome twosome for a reason. You guys are like this. You know when Harry goes to the bathroom and how long it takes him to go. Now I'm talking about she wish that's her distancing herself from the entire book. I wish I had been reading it more or understood what he was saying. You know exactly what he was saying because he said it on the Oprah show in the docuseries. Why is Spare, this is what I think she's trying to do. She's trying to blame Spare on Harry so she can ease her way out of that. And then, so when it's time to leave each other, she can say, well, Spare was one of the reasons. No, you're the reason. You brought him over here and had him write that stupid stuff about his family. It wasn't your family he was talking about. It was his family. You did your family on the Oprah show. Happy birthday, Thomas Sr. Your daughter ain't gonna wish you one, and she won't let you see the kids, but we supposed to like her. Love you guys. Please leave a comment. Let me know what you think about all my what's going on up here. I'm still on the same page. I can't give anything else. You know why? Because she doesn't give anything else. She's the same yesterday as today. Manipulative, controlling, blaming, and making excuses. It is not Harry's fault that you told him to write that book, and now you're talking about how you wish you were more involved with it. You wrote it. You wrote the book, Maghen. Stop trying to push yourself away from all of it. You were the gruesome twosome that did it together and decided to attack the royal family, and that is the headlines. It's doing like one of you said. When I said this, I said it's the beginning of the end on the Oprah show. And one of you said that it was the same way for you too. You thought that same thing. I said, oh, this ended it. This ended anything that she thought she could have. But the way she went in on them, she was relentless. She was straightforward, ready to just, she was ready. She didn't say not one nice thing to anyone. And when she did, you can't conjure that up because she was too busy bashing, blaming, and making excuses as to why she didn't make it over there. You didn't make it because you was trying to be an A-lister and run back over here. You went from a D-lister to a zero. How can you be married to a prince and be a zero? That says something. That says a lot. You went from being a D-lister to a royal. And now you're not even an A-lister. They're not inviting you to the Emmys. They're not inviting you to any of their parties. They don't want to have anything to do with you. And then you're walking about the street like, oh, well, it is what it is. It's not. It's not. It is what it is. Listen to your husband. He's ready to go. He's ready to shut Montecito down. He's ready to listen to his family. He realized that he shouldn't have been complaining and explaining because look what has happened. He didn't complain and explain too many times, and now he's in a situation where he's drowning. And look who the woman who put him in the deep end. Don't forget to leave a comment, guys. Love you.